Hey guys, it is Saturday, November 23rd. Bitcoin's at 98,600. And this episode is about the strategic Bitcoin reserve. But first, before we get into the SBR as it is known, please hit the subscribe button on YouTube. That gives me more subscribers. That means my YouTube can go up. It is a little bit over 20,000 now. I'd love to get it to 30,000. I'm already over 100,000 on Twitter. It really helps me a lot getting the audience. All right, so what is a strategic Bitcoin reserve? Well, the SBR is an idea that was sort of floated around the time of Bitcoin Nashville. And, there were certain versions of this that were Senator Loomis of Wyoming mentioned that we might want to have a Bitcoin reserve where we stockpile Bitcoin. And then the exact form of this was not completely determined before, and it still isn't determined, but wasn't even discussed before Nashville event in Bitcoin. RFK Jr. came out and said, we need to get to 1 million Bitcoin in this strategic Bitcoin reserve. And so how do we get there? Well, we have to take all the Bitcoin that we currently have, confiscated from Silk Road and other places, and put it into this Bitcoin reserve, right? That's the first thing. Now, then after that, we have to go buy Bitcoin, by printing dollars and buying Bitcoin. Now, Trump came out, this is when he was still a presidential candidate, came out and said, I support the idea of a Bitcoin stockpile, and I'm not gonna sell our Bitcoin that we already have ever for 20 years. And that was a great thing. Everybody was applauding it, yay, yay. He didn't mention specifically accumulating more Bitcoin, but now we have some new proposals. And Loomis again is now talking about selling some gold that we have and buying Bitcoin with it. There's other kind of I won't get into the technicalities, but other ways of acquiring more Bitcoin. So I think this is a great idea. Why do I think this is a great idea? Well, let me pull up a few charts here. I love putting up these charts. And the first is that, relative to gold, right? This is a log chart, right? Which says that Bitcoin is a power law relative to gold. And this comes from my friend Money or Debt. And so we're going up in a steep power law. This is on a logarithmic timeline. So it's really, really steep. Gold is losing its value very much, almost exponentially relative to gold. Bitcoin is gaining exponentially relative to gold. And so we have all this gold. We're saving in the wrong asset. And currently, one Bitcoin is 36 ounces of gold. Well, it used to be that a Bitcoin wasn't even 1 ounce of gold. Now it's 36 ounces of gold. So we're saving in the wrong asset. Now, how much gold do we have? We have about 247 million ounces of gold. And over half of that is sitting in Fort Knox, and the second half is combined between Denver and West Point, where you have guards that are just watching over this gold stockpile. I think just selling the Fort Knox part, 147 million. Now, if we sell it and go to Bitcoin, we're not going to get it at Bitcoin 100,000, but that's okay. We're going to get it at Bitcoin, let's say 300,000. But that will get us to 1 million, 1.3 million Bitcoin. Then we, the United States, become the new Satoshi. So this is an amazing thing. And now between Coinbase, which holds all the Bitcoin of the ETFs, and Michael Saylor, MSTR, and the US, we would now be the absolute dominating force in Bitcoin. And that would give us an advantage really for the next 100 years. So I think it would be a fantastic thing to do. So anyways, that's my episode on the strategic Bitcoin reserve. I think it's a fantastic idea. We can debate, how do we do it? Do we sort of tell people we're going to do it and then do it? Well, people might front run us. Do we just start going ahead and selling some gold? We can debate that, but I think it's a very good idea. And I think if this Bitcoin reserve happens, the one thing is Bitcoin price is going to go much, much, much higher. And not just like 20%, 50% higher, but higher by a multiple. It could go to, as our friend Zach says, Zach Resnick says, this could get Bitcoin to 500,000 almost overnight. So it changes the game. It really is all your models are broken. And, it might even break the Powerwall model. Yeah, so it may. But anyways, the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, that's the one thing more than anything else we want out of this new administration. And that's it. Again, if you like my content, hit subscribe on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, watching it on X, hit subscribe. Go to YouTube and subscribe and hit subscribe. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you guys on the other side of 100,000. Thanks.